Let's go ahead and set up that reverse proxy to forward the requests that we get to our application from 443 over to port 6001. Then what we'll do in the next part is we will come over to our server and we'll actually set up a daemon to run our WebSocket server on production so we know that this is working. Now, just before we do this, I want to go ahead and ping socket.nuxcasts.com just to prove that that resolves. You can see that we're getting a response back here from the server IP, so that is working nicely. What we're now going to do though is set that reverse proxy up. We're going to ping it again and see what happens. So we're going to come over to our Nginx configuration file, really importantly for socket.nuxcast.com, not our main application. And we're going to go ahead and change over the base location within our config. So let's come over to the Laravel Websockets documentation. If we come down to the SSL support section and we go all the way down to our reverse proxy section just here, we can actually take pretty much all of this location block and just paste it in. So you can see here that we have a very similar setup here to what we have over on our Forge built server. But I'm going to take that location block and I'm just going to go ahead and paste it in there. And let's just indent that to tidy it up. We're going to save it, making sure that this works. So we need to make sure that the configuration file syntax is okay and the Nginx test is successful. Now let's just dive into this and have a look at exactly what's happening here before we go on. So you can see here that we've got a proxy pass with a value of the local server on port 6001. So essentially when we hit our application, socket.nuxcast.com on port 443, we are basically passing this over to local, which of course is on the server because we're locally on a server on port 6001. And there's a couple of other bits of configuration here, which of course you can read about in the Nginx configuration or documentation rather. So let's head back over here and let's try and ping this again. You can see that we're still getting a response from here. So it means that our Nginx configuration is okay and we're still resolving to that IP address and everything is working. But what we could also do is just do a quick curl on this. So we could do socket.nuxcasts.com and we should get back a 301 moved permanently. So that means that everything is set up correctly. Now it's time to test running our WebSocket server and making sure this works over on our client app.